Record. So now we're going to look at how to create Letterhead Stationary. So again, I'm going to go into Publisher, a little bit further. And today, the thing I want you to know about Letterhead, let's look at this real quick. Letterhead is in the top 2 inches or in the bottom 1 inch. You don't have anything in the middle because Letterhead is stationary for your company to write a letter on. So you want to leave all this blank, or if you want to insert a picture or logo on the back, you need to gray it out. So I'll show you both. Okay, so we're going to built-ins, and we're going to come down to where it says Letterhead, right here. Now we used the marker for our first one, so let's use marker again. And if you want to customize your information, come over here and say create new, just like we did before. It's already pre-filled because we did it for our last project. So you can just say save, and when you open it, you create it. Here you go, you've already got this information. Now things I want to show you, little tips to help you out. When I say 2 inch top margin and 1 inch bottom, if you remember from keyboarding, your margins for a letter are 2 inches at the top and 1 at the bottom. So if you use these little rulers over here to the side to help you, you can actually insert a line. So go to Insert Shapes and get a line. Go to your 2 inch ruler and go all the way across. Make sure the line is straight. You don't want anything below that line. You can say Insert Shapes and go to Line. And go down here, your page is 8.5 by 11, so you want to go to the 10 inch line, and you don't want anything above that line. The only thing that can go here would be a washed out picture. So last time we came in and we inserted a picture of a quilt. So we know we're going to get rid of these templates here. We're just going to delete them, and we're going to go find our picture of a quilt. So we're going to say Insert, Online Shapes, Online Pictures, and we said quilting. And I still can't spell. Okay, we did the first one, and we said insert. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to resize this picture, and I'm going to bring it up into here. I don't want anything down below that 2 inch mark. And guys, when I grade these, I do have to look at the rulers to see what you've done. So you can spread it out. And I'm going to send it to the back because I don't want it to, oh, we didn't want that. Okay, let's undo. Undo. All right, we'll leave that there, and we'll just add a text box with my name. We had the picture of the sun, so we'll put him here. And it gives you recommendations of where to put it. That needs to come to the front. Let's fade this out. Let's see if that'll work for us. Go to the Format tool, go to Recolor, and let's fade this out a little. Let's go with blues, or we can even go with a gray. This is called a washout. It shows up, but it's not there. Typically, your letterheads are colored, so you want to go with a little color or maybe shade it out just a little bit, whatever you choose. But if your things are not showing up, you'll add them as layers later. So what I can do is I can say Insert Text Box, so I can draw a text box, click and drag, and that's where we had Terry's Crafts. Remember, we can resize it. We can change the color. I think we had it on white. We can change the size to make it whatever we need to make it. By having the template information already filled in, and you can resize that again, you can even move this text box over. By having the template information already filled in, you can just click it and drag it and bring it up. Click it and drag it and bring it up. You don't have to have anything in the bottom. If your stuff isn't showing up, you can do it in layers. Okay, let's move this down. Now you can see the picture and things. So if that's not working for you, maybe you want to put this down in the footer and put your words in the top. Whatever you got to do to make it work. I think you got one more thing back here you need to pull up. So bring that up. Bring this over and check the measurements. You do not want to go over that area. Okay, just below is fine. So I can make these things bigger. I can move these over and center them and make these things bigger. I can change the size of the font. As long as I stay above, now that this is a white background, these letters need to be black. Okay, whatever I need to do, this needs to stay open. If I wanted to use the quilt in this section, let me just put it here and spread it out all the way to the bottom. I can wash it out. So I go to Format, and let's wash it out so it's just in the background. So I've got the quilt design there, but it's not taking up the whole page. Now if I type over top of it with my letters will show up. So whatever you need to do with this, you come back later and you click on these lines and you delete them. You need to make sure you're using the same template you did before. You need to make sure you're using the same pictures before, the same fonts as before, and the same information as before. Okay, let's see. Now that one's showing up, so let's see what happens if we can apply to background and fill. And the other stuff is still back there. So you're just going to have to play with the layers and see what you got and make it work for you. Sometimes a full-on picture works good. Sometimes you have to add new text boxes. Sometimes you have to delete old text boxes. So you save this as Letterhead and upload it to Canvas, and I'll grade it there. Okay, and we shall stop that, and we're good.